Ladies and gentlemen, life is not a straight path. It's a winding road filled with peaks and valleys, triumphs and trials. It's a journey that tests us, shapes us, and ultimately reveals who we are. Today, I want to talk to you about rising strong, about how we can face adversity, not with fear or defeat, but with resilience, courage, and an unshakable belief in our ability to overcome. Think about the greatest stories you've ever heard, stories of triumph, innovation, and human spirit. Behind every one of those stories is a common thread: adversity. The challenges, the setbacks, the moments when everything seemed impossible. But what sets those stories apart is not the adversity itself, it's how those individuals chose to respond. They didn't let failure define them, they didn't let fear paralyze them. Instead, they rose, they adapted, they persevered, and in doing so, they transformed their struggles into strength. That's what rising strong is all about. It's about recognizing that adversity is not the end of the road, it's a bend in the road. It's about understanding that resilience is not something you're born with, but something you build through every challenge you face. It's about knowing that even in your darkest moments, you have the power to rise, to rebuild, and to come back stronger than ever. Today, I want to share with you 20 keynotes, principles, if you will, that can guide you on this journey of rising strong. These are not just ideas. They are tools, strategies, and mindsets that can help you navigate life's toughest moments and emerge victorious. Because here's the truth: adversity doesn't define you, your response to it does. And when you choose resilience, when you choose courage, when you choose to rise strong, you unlock a power within yourself that can move mountains. So, let's dive into these 20 keynotes and explore how we can overcome adversity with resilience, determination, and an unbreakable spirit. Adversity is a universal experience. No matter who you are, where you come from, or what you've achieved, life will present challenges. These challenges can come in many forms: personal loss, professional setbacks, health issues, or even societal pressures. The key to overcoming adversity lies in accepting its inevitability. When we stop viewing adversity as an anomaly and start seeing it as a natural part of life, we can approach it with a calmer, more strategic mindset. For example, consider the story of Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. He didn't see each failure as a defeat. Instead, he viewed it as a step closer to success. This mindset shift is crucial. When we accept that adversity is inevitable, we stop wasting energy resisting it and instead focus on navigating it. To apply this principle, start by reframing your perspective. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this, or how can this make me stronger? By embracing adversity as a teacher, you transform it from an obstacle into an opportunity for growth. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you develop through practice. It's the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to change, and keep moving forward despite difficulties. The good news is that resilience is a choice. Every day, you have the power to choose how you respond to challenges. Take the example of J.K. Rowling, who faced numerous rejections before Harry Potter was published. She could have given up, but she chose to persevere. Her resilience paid off, and her story inspires millions. Resilience begins with small, consistent choices, choosing to get up after a fall, choosing to try again, and choosing to believe in yourself even when the odds seem stacked against you. To build resilience, start by focusing on what you can control. When faced with adversity, identify one small step you can take to move forward. Over time, these small steps will build your resilience muscle, making you stronger and more capable of handling life's challenges. Failure is often seen as a final, devastating outcome. But in reality, failure is just a temporary setback. It's a chance to learn, grow, and come back stronger. Think of failure as feedback. It tells you what didn't work so you can adjust and try again. Consider the story of Michael Jordan, who was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of giving up, he used that failure as motivation to work harder. He later became one of the greatest basketball players of all time. His story reminds us that failure is not the end, it's the beginning of a comeback. To embrace this principle, shift your mindset around failure. Instead of fearing it, See it as a necessary part of the journey to success. When you fail, take time to reflect on what went wrong and how you can improve. Then get back up and try again. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. When you embrace discomfort, you open yourself up to new opportunities and experiences. Discomfort is a sign that you're pushing your limits and expanding your capabilities. For example, think about learning a new skill. At first, it's uncomfortable and challenging, but over time, it becomes easier. The same principle applies to overcoming adversity. When you lean into discomfort, you build the strength and resilience needed to face future challenges. To apply this principle, start by taking small steps outside your comfort zone. Whether it's speaking up in a meeting, trying something new, or facing a fear, each step will help you grow stronger and more resilient. When faced with adversity, it's easy to doubt yourself. But the truth is, you are stronger than you think. You have an inner reservoir of strength and resilience that you can tap into when times get tough. Think about the stories of people who have overcome incredible odds. Survivors of natural disasters, individuals who have battled illness, or those who have rebuilt their lives after loss. These stories remind us of the incredible strength of the human spirit. To tap into your inner strength, start by reminding yourself of past challenges you've overcome. Reflect on how far you've come and the obstacles you've already conquered. This will give you the confidence to face new challenges head on. When faced with adversity, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by what's outside your control. But focusing on what you can control empowers you to take action and make progress. For example, if you lose your job, you can't control the job market, but you can control how you respond. You can update your resume, network, and apply for new opportunities. By focusing on what you can control, you regain a sense of agency and direction. To apply this principle, make a list of what's within your control and what's not. Then focus your energy on the things you can influence. This will help you stay proactive and resilient in the face of adversity. It's easy to let failure define you, but it's important to remember that failure is an event, not a person. Just because you fail at something doesn't mean you are a failure. For example, Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first job as a television anchor. Instead of letting that failure define her, she used it as a stepping stone to greater success. Her story reminds us that failure is temporary, but your potential is limitless. To embrace this principle, separate your identity from your failures. Remind yourself that you are more than your mistakes, and use each failure as an opportunity to learn and grow. Every challenge carries a lesson. When you find meaning in the struggle, you transform adversity into an opportunity for growth. For example, Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, found meaning in his suffering by helping others and writing about his experiences. His story reminds us that even in the darkest times, we can find purpose and meaning. To apply this principle, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Or how can this make me stronger? By finding meaning in the struggle, you turn adversity into a source of strength. Resilience is not a solo act. Surrounding yourself with supportive people can make all the difference when facing adversity. For example, think about the role of community in recovery from addiction or illness. Support from others provides encouragement, perspective, and strength. To build a support system, reach out to friends, family, or mentors. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Together, you can overcome even the toughest challenges. Progress, no matter how small, is still progress. Celebrating small wins is a powerful way to build momentum, stay motivated, and maintain a positive mindset during challenging times. When you're facing adversity, it's easy to focus on the big picture and feel overwhelmed by how far you have to go. But by breaking your journey into smaller, manageable steps and celebrating each achievement, you create a sense of accomplishment that fuels your resilience. Consider the story of someone recovering from a serious injury. They might start by celebrating the ability to take a few steps, then progress to walking short distances, and eventually running a marathon. Each small win builds confidence and reinforces the belief that they are capable of overcoming their challenges. This principle applies to all areas of life, whether you're working toward a career goal, recovering from a personal setback, or navigating a difficult relationship. To apply this principle, start by setting small, achievable goals. Break down your larger objectives into smaller tasks and take time to acknowledge and celebrate each one. For example, if you're working on a big project, celebrate completing each section or milestone. If you're recovering from a setback, celebrate each step forward, no matter how small. Keep a journal of your achievements and reflect on them regularly to remind yourself of your progress. Celebrating small wins also helps you stay focused on the present moment. When you're facing adversity, it's easy to get caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past. But by celebrating small wins, you shift your focus to what you're accomplishing right now. This mindfulness helps you stay grounded and resilient. Finally, celebrating small wins fosters a growth mindset. It reinforces the idea that progress is possible even in the face of challenges. It reminds you that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward your goal. So take time to celebrate your small wins. They are the building blocks of resilience and success. Gratitude is a powerful tool for building resilience. When you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right. Even in the darkest times, there is always something to be thankful for, whether it's the support of loved ones, the beauty of nature, or the strength within yourself. By cultivating gratitude, you create a positive mindset that helps you navigate adversity with grace and resilience. Momentum is key to overcoming adversity. Even if it's one step at a time, keep moving forward. When you're facing challenges, it's easy to feel stuck or overwhelmed. But by taking small, consistent steps, you build momentum that helps you push through the obstacles and keep going. Think about the story of the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady progress often leads to success. The key is to keep going, no matter how small the steps. Even if you're moving at a slower pace than you'd like, every step forward brings you closer to your goal. To apply this principle, set small, achievable goals. Break down your larger objectives into manageable tasks and focus on completing one task at a time. For example, if you're working on a big project, break it into smaller sections and tackle each one step by step. If you're recovering from a setback, focus on taking one small step forward each day. It's also important to stay flexible and adapt as needed. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes you'll encounter unexpected obstacles. When this happens, don't give up. Adjust your plans and keep moving forward. For example, if you lose your job, you might need to pivot and explore new career opportunities. By staying adaptable, you maintain momentum and keep progressing toward your goals. Another way to keep moving forward is to stay focused on the present moment. When you're facing adversity, it's easy to get caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past, but by staying present, you can focus on what you can do right now to move forward. This mindfulness helps you stay grounded and resilient. Finally, remember that progress is not always linear. There will be ups and downs, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep going. Celebrate your small wins, learn from your setbacks, and keep moving forward. With persistence and determination, you can overcome any challenge and achieve your goals. Your mindset shapes how you experience adversity. By reframing challenges as opportunities, you can transform your perspective and build resilience. When you're facing adversity, it's easy to see it as a threat or a failure, but by shifting your mindset, you can see it as a chance to learn, grow, and become stronger. For example, instead of seeing a job loss as a failure, see it as an opportunity to explore new career paths or pursue a passion. Instead of viewing a health issue as a setback, see it as a chance to prioritize self-care and build healthier habits. This shift in mindset empowers you to take action and move forward. To reframe your mindset, practice positive self-talk. Replace negative thoughts with empowering ones. For example, instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I can learn how to do this." Instead of thinking, "This is too hard," think, "This is a challenge I can overcome." By changing your internal dialogue, you create a more positive and resilient mindset. Another way to reframe your mindset is to focus on the possibilities rather than the limitation. When you're facing adversity, it's easy to focus on what's going wrong. But by shifting your focus to what's possible, you open yourself up to new opportunities and solutions. For example, if you're dealing with a financial setback, focus on creative ways to save money or generate income. This proactive mindset helps you stay resilient and resourceful. Finally, remember that your mindset is a choice. You have the power to choose how you view and respond to challenges. By choosing a growth mindset, one that sees adversity as an opportunity for growth, you build the resilience needed to overcome any obstacle. Self-compassion is the practice of treating yourself with kindness, especially during difficult times. When you're facing adversity, it's easy to be hard on yourself, to criticize your mistakes, doubt your abilities, or feel like you're not doing enough. But self-compassion helps you navigate challenges with grace and resilience. Research shows that self-compassion reduces stress, improves mental health, and enhances overall well-being. It allows you to acknowledge your struggles without judgment and treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. This self-kindness helps you stay resilient and motivated even in the face of adversity. To practice self-compassion, start by acknowledging your feelings. When you're facing a challenge, take a moment to recognize how you're feeling, whether it's fear, frustration, or sadness. Allow yourself to feel these emotions without judgment. Remind yourself that it's okay to struggle and that you're not alone in your experience. Next, speak to yourself with kindness. Replace self-criticism with self-compassion. For example, instead of saying, "I'm such a failure," say, "I'm doing the best I can, and that's enough." Instead of thinking, "I'll never get through this," think, "This is hard, but I'm strong enough to handle it." By changing your internal dialogue, you create a more supportive and resilient mindset. Finally, practice self-care. When you're facing adversity, it's important to take care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally. This might mean getting enough sleep, eating nourishing foods, exercising, or spending time with loved ones. By prioritizing self-care, you build the strength and resilience needed to overcome challenges. The past can be a valuable teacher, but dwelling on it can hold you back. When you're facing adversity, it's important to reflect on past experiences and learn from them, but not to get stuck in regrets or resentments. By using the lessons of the past to guide your actions today, you build resilience and move forward. For example, if you've experienced a failure in the past, reflect on what went wrong and what you can do differently this time. Use these insights to make better decisions and avoid repeating the same mistakes. But don't dwell on the failure itself. Focus on what you've learned and how you can apply it moving forward. To apply this principle, practice mindfulness. Stay present and focus on what you can do right now to move forward. Let go of any regrets or resentments and use the lessons of the past to guide your actions today. This mindful approach helps you stay resilient and focused on the future. Patience is a cornerstone of resilience. In a world that often prioritizes instant results, learning to embrace patience can be transformative. Adversity rarely resolves itself overnight, and the journey to overcoming challenges often requires time, effort, and persistence. Patience allows you to stay grounded, maintain perspective, and trust the process, even when progress feels slow. Consider the story of a farmer planting seeds. They don't dig up the seeds every day to check if they've grown. Instead, they trust the process, watering, nurturing, and waiting for the seeds to sprout in their own time. Similarly, when facing adversity, patience helps you trust that your efforts will bear fruit, even if you can't see immediate results. To cultivate patience, start by shifting your mindset. Instead of focusing on the end goal, focus on the journey. Break your larger objectives into smaller, manageable steps and celebrate each small win along the way. This helps you stay motivated and reminds you that progress is happening, even if it's not immediately visible. Another way to practice patience is to embrace mindfulness. When you're feeling impatient, take a moment to pause and breathe. Remind yourself that growth takes time and that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Mindfulness helps you stay present and grounded, reducing the frustration that often comes with impatience. Finally, remember that patience is not passive. It's an active choice. It's about staying committed to your goals, even when the path is long and challenging. By embracing patience, you build the resilience needed to persevere and ultimately overcome adversity. A strong sense of purpose is a powerful motivator in the face of adversity. When you have a clear understanding of why you're doing what you're doing, you're more likely to stay committed and resilient, even when the going gets tough. Purpose gives meaning to your struggles and helps you see beyond the immediate challenges to the bigger picture. Consider the story of Malala Yousafzai, who faced immense adversity in her fight for girls' education. Her sense of purpose, her belief in the importance of education, gave her the strength to persevere even after surviving an assassination attempt. Her story reminds us that purpose can fuel resilience and inspire action, even in the face of overwhelming odds. To cultivate a sense of purpose, start by reflecting on your values and passions. What matters most to you? What do you want to contribute to the world? By aligning your actions with your values, you create a sense of purpose that guides you through challenges. Another way to cultivate purpose is to set meaningful goals. These goals should reflect what truly matters to you, not just what others expect of you. When your goals are aligned with your purpose, you're more likely to stay motivated and resilient even when obstacles arise. Finally, remember that purpose can evolve over time. As you grow and change, your sense of purpose may shift, and that's okay. What's important is that you stay connected to what gives your life meaning and use that as a source of strength and resilience. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. This mindset is a key component of resilience as it helps you view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Consider the story of Albert Einstein, who struggled in school and was told he would never amount to much. Despite these setbacks, he maintained a growth mindset, believing that he could learn and improve through effort. His perseverance paid off, and he became one of the greatest scientists of all time. His story reminds us that a growth mindset can transform challenges into opportunities to build a growth mindset. Start by reframing your perspective on failure. Instead of seeing failure as a reflection of your abilities, see it as a chance to learn and grow. When you encounter a setback, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how can I improve next time? This shift in perspective helps you approach challenges with curiosity and resilience. Another way to cultivate a growth mindset is to embrace challenges. Instead of avoiding difficult tasks, see them as opportunities to stretch your abilities and learn something new. When you step outside your comfort zone, you build confidence and resilience, knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way. Finally, practice self-compassion. A growth mindset doesn't mean being hard on yourself. It means being kind and patient as you work toward improvement. Celebrate your progress no matter how small, and remind yourself that growth is a journey, not a destination. Emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your emotions, is a critical component of resilience. When you're facing adversity, emotions like fear, anger, and sadness can feel overwhelming. But by developing emotional intelligence, you can navigate these emotions with grace and use them as a source of strength. Consider the story of Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison before becoming South Africa's first black president. Throughout his imprisonment, he demonstrated remarkable emotional intelligence, managing his anger and frustration to focus on his long-term goals. His ability to regulate his emotions and maintain hope in the face of adversity is a testament to the power of emotional intelligence. To develop emotional intelligence, start by practicing self-awareness. Take time to reflect on your emotions and what triggers them. When you're feeling overwhelmed, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling and why? This self-awareness helps you understand your emotions and respond to them in a healthy way. Next, practice self-regulation. When you're facing adversity, it's easy to react impulsively or let your emotions take over, but by pausing and taking a deep breath, you can respond more thoughtfully and effectively. Techniques like mindfulness, meditation, and journaling can help you build this skill. Finally, cultivate empathy. Emotional intelligence isn't just about understanding your own emotions. It's also about understanding and connecting with the emotions of others. When you're facing adversity, lean on your support system and seek to understand their perspectives. This connection can provide comfort and strength, helping you stay resilient. Radical acceptance is the practice of fully accepting reality as it is, without resistance or judgment. This doesn't mean you have to like or approve of the situation. It simply means acknowledging it and letting go of the struggle against what you cannot change. Radical acceptance is a powerful tool for building resilience, as it allows you to focus your energy on what you can control rather than wasting it on what you can't. Consider the story of someone diagnosed with a chronic illness. While they may not be able to change their diagnosis, they can choose how they respond to it. By practicing radical acceptance, they can focus on managing their symptoms, seeking support, and finding ways to live a fulfilling life despite their condition. This acceptance helps them build resilience and find peace in the face of adversity. To practice radical acceptance, start by acknowledging the reality of your situation. This can be difficult, especially if the situation is painful or unfair, but by facing it head on, you free yourself from the emotional burden of denial or resistance. Next, let go of judgment. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming yourself or others for your circumstances, but this only adds to your suffering. Instead, focus on what you can do to move forward. Ask yourself, what can I control and what actions can I take? Finally, practice self-compassion. Radical acceptance doesn't mean you have to be okay with everything. It simply means you're choosing to stop fighting against reality. Be kind to yourself as you navigate this process and remind yourself that acceptance is a journey, not a destination. Visualization is a powerful tool for building resilience. When you visualize yourself overcoming adversity, you create a mental blueprint for success. This mental rehearsal helps you stay focused, motivated, and confident even in the face of challenges. For example, athletes often use visualization to prepare for competitions. They imagine themselves succeeding, crossing the finish line, scoring the winning goal, or performing at their best. This mental practice boosts their confidence and performance, helping them achieve their goals. To practice visualization, take a few minutes each day to imagine yourself rising strong. Picture yourself overcoming challenges and achieving your goals. Visualize the steps you'll take, the obstacles you'll overcome, and the success you'll achieve. This mental rehearsal helps you stay focused and motivated even when the going gets tough. Life is unpredictable, and adaptability is key to overcoming adversity. When you're willing to pivot and find new ways forward, you build resilience. Adaptability allows you to navigate change, overcome obstacles, and thrive in the face of challenges. For example, businesses that adapt to changing markets thrive, while those that resist change struggle. The same principle applies to personal challenges. When you're facing adversity, be willing to adjust your plans and try new approaches. This flexibility helps you stay resilient and resourceful. To build adaptability, embrace change and stay open to new possibilities. Be willing to adjust your plans and try new approaches. This flexibility helps you stay resilient and resourceful even in the face of challenges. Confidence in yourself is half the battle. When you believe in your ability to overcome, you unlock your full potential. This self-belief helps you stay motivated, take action, and persevere even in the face of challenges. To build self-belief, focus on your strengths and past successes. Remind yourself of your capabilities and trust in your ability to overcome. This confidence helps you stay resilient and motivated even when the going gets tough. Hope is the light that keeps us moving forward even in the darkest times. It fuels resilience and gives us the strength to keep going. When you're facing adversity, hope helps you stay focused on the possibilities rather than the limitations. To cultivate hope, focus on the possibilities rather than the limitations. Surround yourself with positive influences and remind yourself that better days are ahead. This hopeful mindset helps you stay resilient and motivated even in the face of challenges. Resilience is not a destination, it's a way of living. It's a lifelong journey of growth, learning, and overcoming. When you commit to lifelong learning and growth, you build the resilience needed to overcome any challenge. To embrace this principle, stay curious, open-minded, and resilient. Commit to lifelong learning and growth, and you'll continue to rise strong no matter what life throws your way. Ladies and gentlemen, adversity does not discriminate. It touches us all, but it's not the adversity that defines us. It's how we rise from it. When we choose resilience, we choose to rise stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. So the next time life knocks you down, remember this: you have the power to rise. You have the strength to overcome. And you have the courage to turn your struggles into your greatest victories. Rise strong, rise resilient, rise unstoppable. Thank you.